It's time for us to get into some relationship hot topics. Okay, it's a lot going on. Come on in, grab you a seat, hit the like, do all the do's. Okay, to support your girl. Now, I got surprised. I got surprised. In relationship news this week, Todd, Kandi have decided to divorce. Okay, it is divorce season, y'all. It is divorce season. Now, it's the end of the year, and people decide, how do I want to go in the new year? Who do I want to go in the new year with? It's the end of a tax season. Also, y'all forget. End of a tax season. Do I want to start the new year off with this person attached to my businesses, my money, my lifestyle? Okay. So we all heard the news on Friday. After 11 years of marriage, a difficult and emotional time. Okay. And watching her on BravoCon, I was not surprised. When she got up there and she accepted her award at BravoCon, they didn't use the Burris Tucker. They used Burris. So I was like, interesting. Speculation about her not wearing her ring. That you can forget the ring. It'll match with the outfit. That one I wasn't too much about. Okay. He wasn't on her Instagram post. He wasn't in her speech. And it was one other thing that I realized, okay, this is probably saying thank you to Andy Cohen for helping me, especially through this difficult time. I was like, oh, and then especially being in like an achievement award, Todd was not present. Okay, all those things gave to me, oh yeah, they're getting divorced. They're getting divorced. Okay. And it's sad because they have two young kids. Divorce is a trauma, y'all. I think people forget and don't think that divorce is a trauma being so young. Blaze just had a birthday this weekend. Her older son, is he like 10 now? But that's a pivotal age to not have your parents live in the same home. Hey, maybe they have enough assets, enough money to have him live somewhere else on the property. But there's been years of speculation that they have an open marriage. They allow others into their marriage. So people are like, oh, he cheated. How can you cheat in an open marriage? Allegedly, if they do have an open marriage, it comes with rules. People on the outside think they know what a poly relationship is. Oh, you can just sleep with everybody. An open relationship. Oh, you can just do whatever. No, there are rules, there are consequences, and both these styles of relationships have to have a line of open communication. Okay, have to have a line of open communication. As a therapist, I have worked with couples who are in poly relationships, and there's just such a stereotype and naivete of thinking that, oh, it's just that they just sleep with whatever, they're greedy. Okay, at least from the poly community, from what I have learned, and correct me if y'all in the comments if I'm wrong, it's about community and connections. It's not just about spicy time. How many partners can I have? A lot of people who are in poly relationships, it's about community, us coming together, helping one another. And is physical intimacy a part of it? Yes, but it's not all of it. It's not all of it. Now, I wonder in their relationship, was it too much to have all these partners in their relationships? Not to mention everybody and their mama speaking on you, talking about you. Mama Joyce, is Mama Joyce somewhere rolling around the floor laughing, being happy, or is she being there for her daughter? Because from the beginning, they were plagued with so much. The prenup, her family not supporting him, being married to her, and that has gone on for years. It's only so long you can keep fighting against your mama and your family that this is the right one for you. And oftentimes in relationships, it's the outside noise. The outside noise will eventually catch up with you and you just get tired. I wonder how many of you guys have been in relationships, marriages, where the in laws ultimately are the ones who got to you. You just got tired. You're exhausted. The drama. And now this is also a very high profile relationship, high profile. And they have so many businesses. How do y'all think they gonna split up the assets? Okay. Candy says, I ask for privacy, grace, and understanding as we navigate this transition with our family. The couple wed in April 2014 and welcomed 2 children together. They've been through a lot, y'all. They have been through a lot. After deep thought and a lot of prayer, I made a decision to move forward with a divorce. This is a difficult emotional time, but my focus remains on protecting my peace. Was Todd the drama? Being the best mother I can and co-parenting with love and respect. I'm stepping into a new chapter pointing to my work, my family, and my own growth. I am grateful to everyone who supported us throughout the years. I ask for privacy, grace, and understanding. Burris 49 and producer husband Tucker 52 met while filming the 4th season of The Housewives in 2011. Announced their engagement in 2013. Now, some of y'all are gonna say I heard this word, I don't like this word because now this is becoming one of those words y'all don't really understand that y'all using. Okay, he groomed her. Being behind the camera to being wanting to be a housewife himself, he groomed her. Y'all know how that word doesn't always match everything. Okay. Do y'all understand the layers, the nuance of that word? What it really looks like? This was not grooming. Okay. This was not grooming, but people love to assert themselves, put a label. If I can put this in a box, it will make more sense to me. Let me put it in a box, slap it on the label, slap a label on it, and ship it out. Ship it out. Okay. But divorce is heavy. And there were rumors in the past that they were like coming to terms with maybe divorcing, but probably worked it out. Because this was a rumor, wasn't it, last summer too? And I think they probably had split up for some time and then probably got back together. But when you get back together with people, are you doing the work that caused that first separation? Are you in counseling with yourself and then go to couples counseling? I think people, when you go to counseling for relationship issues, go alone and then go together. Okay. The stuff you're working on by yourself, allow that stuff to pour back into us, we. But I think once again, people don't focus on we, they focus on the I. Okay. And a little bit of me is like, I wonder if Todd was too focused on the I. Because people love to um, take Kandi money, the benefits of being with her, being around her. Everybody got their hand out. Everybody got their hand out. But who can you trust? Okay, who can you trust at this point? Now, she also talks about being in her Juliet era. Okay, she had her Romeo. Now she's in her Juliet era. She looks amazing. She always got a new deal, holding her head up high. Now, some of y'all saying, you look awesome now, go get your husband back. See, marriage ain't for everybody. Okay, marriage ain't for everybody. And y'all have to realize sometimes my peace means not being with that person. Okay. And as much as y'all want me to be with that person, maybe it's not healthy for me. Maybe what's best for y'all ain't best for me. All right. And I want to know from you guys, would y'all love to see her return back to um the housewives? Because supposedly now, they're trying to compete with Salt Lake City and, bring their authentic lives. Portia said they're going to be big competition for the girls of Salt Lake. I don't know. I don't know. But divorce is really heavy. It comes with a lot of grief, the memories you had. All the housewives who've been divorced, Monique, Heather Gray, Manetta, Renee, Teresa Judice, they all in the housewives. They all in her all the divorcees who have overcome um divorce. But of course, with the divorce, she got a new thing. She gonna be on another Broadway show, or is this her? Is she gonna be in the Broadway show, or is this something that she's producing? I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, divorce to me does not have the stigma that it used to. Okay, it does not have the stigma that it used to. So she's gonna do well. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay, and I wish them a lot of healing. Now, also speaking of divorces, okay, Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight, always somewhere embarrassing somebody. And shout out to one of my loyal London subbies who sent me the story to discuss. Sometimes you need to learn how to shut up. Everybody need a podcast. Let's just get into it. Okay. I was never in love with my ex-wife. Our sons were not made in love. Let's get into it. Why must men continue to one be embarrassing, embarrass the women that they have been with, and then embarrass the children? Brian McKnight, I think, is a poster child for the ripple effects of this whole Kevin Samuels post era. Oh, y'all saying it on podcasts? We speaking our minds? Oh, I can get up here and say how I really feel. I never want them kids. She should have went to the chop shop, and I told her to go to the chop shop. But I never wanted them kids. I was never in love with her. I was trying to do the Christ-like thing. I was trying to do what God wanted me to. I was from a godly family. And now you can have your feelings, you can, but not everything needs to be said publicly. Do people realize that you can just keep stuff up here? Okay, you can keep stuff in your phone. You can keep it in your group chat. You can keep it with your boys while you're smoking cigars, watching the game. This man is pitiful, y'all. Just pitiful. His face, though, Eric's face. Uh, I didn't want these kids. I'm not changing no diapers. You want this, you take care of it. You do all this. And the crazy thing is, he was married to her from 1990 to 2003, that's a long time. But this same belief, this same way of parenting, showing up as a partner, showing up as a husband has not died. It's a lot of people who are married but single, who are single parents functioning in a marriage because they think because of God, because I don't want to disappoint my parents' legacy, I can't be the only one divorced. I don't want these kids to be growing up in a home without their daddy. They're staying. Staying for everybody else. You hear that? Staying for everybody else but myself. But myself. And we have to stop staying for everybody else. Okay, we gotta stop. For the kids. I was never in love with their mother. For the kids. How many times have I heard that? For the kids. For the kids. I stayed for the kids. Wait till they turn 18. You do realize staying for the kids only hurts them? They see you unhappy. They see you hurt. The separations, the arguments. They see they daddy, or maybe it's the mama. Okay, maybe the daddy putting in the work and the mama not doing nothing. They see all that because you stayed for the kids. You stayed for them. You stayed for them to come sit on my couch. You stayed for them to come sit on my couch and give me a copay every week. That's the cost of staying for the kids. The kids can see they daddy don't love you. They can see you're unhappy. They can tell you've been crying when you pick them up from school. But once again, staying for the kids, right? And I understand as a wife, a mother myself, I've never thought about divorce. Hell no, because I love mine. I got me a good one. But I do understand that it is a hard decision to decide I'm going to leave. The consequences of leaving, how will that also affect my children? My finances starting all over. And another thing that we are not talking about, because of this economy, people are staying living together even though they're not together. Okay. I don't love him. He don't love me. We're not living the same life, but I can't afford to move by myself, let alone with these 3 kids. My income, so you know what? We're gonna stay living together and have a conversation. We're gonna stay living together and not have a conversation and just live separate lives and act like nothing ain't happening. Okay. But the economy is also killing people silently in relationships in the same household because we can't afford, neither of us can afford to live separately. It's too much. We ain't got the money. I ain't got the money. Or he got the money and he ain't sharing it with me. The money is a power and control play. Okay. The money is a power and a control play. 18-year sentence. Wow. Y'all hear the resentment in his voice? He's been resentful since them babies were a sale. He's been resentful since them babies were a sale. When I realized I didn't need her and I was better than her, that I can do it better. Even though I never want them since they were a cell. The nail in the coffin was knowing that I was better than her. It wasn't that we fell out of love because we were never in love. Once my ego convinced me I was better than her, I didn't need her no more. Okay? Y'all keep giving this man a mic. I know why. We all know why. But there are a lot of husbands, a lot of men's just like him who are laying next to their wife with their phone. Mm. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, Mr. Brian McKnight. Let me like this video. Let me send it to my group chat. I feel the same way. But you know what? I'm not trying to pay child support. I'm not trying to pay alimony. Okay, so I'ma just keep texting my boys. Y'all see that Brian McKnight interview? I've been feeling the same way about Keisha. Texting. Oh, let me reshare it. You know what's better? Let me start my own podcast talking about the same thing. Okay, how much is it? How much is a mic? Okay, let me add that to cart. Okay, let me call up Michael and see if he want to do his podcast with me. But you never wanted them. You never wanted them. That ego is a hell of a drug. Ego is a hell of a drug. Okay, hell of a drug. Straight up embarrassment. Okay, and I wonder, what is it about this one? What is it about this wife? Excuse me, this relationship that he continues to put her on blast? Is something he has against this one compared to probably the other woman he has been with in his life? There's a trauma here for him that the ego has consumed. And that instead of working through whatever trauma it is, the ego is at the forefront. Instead of doing the work and turn the mirror on myself and self-reflecting, the ego is at work. I'm driven by ego. And at this point, y'all still going to the Brian McKnight concerts? Do he still got fans? Y'all still playing his music? Okay, y'all still playing his music? But this is embarrassing and hurtful to them kids, to their mama. He's trifling. He's trifling. You ain't got nothing better to do? Go live with your new wife. Don't, and I think he got kids with the new one. Little kids. Go hit the T-ball. Go play soccer in the park. Make memories with them. Don't lament on the memories with this woman who out here minding her business. Has she ever done a podcast? Wrote a book? No. Okay, no. Now moving on to more of these men's acting a fool. Ray J. Ray J. Okay? Ray J. Now I watched a lot of this interview, pretty much the whole thing. Ray J. How can you come from a two-parent household? Because don't they say what do the people be saying? Oh, I don't want nobody who haven't come from no two-parent household. It's just something about somebody who come from a two-parent household, right? That don't mean shit. As we just saw, that doesn't mean anything. You can still come from a two-parent household and have wounds. Have a father who never really wanted you. So let's scratch that. But Ray J was on the Breakfast Club last week again, and he brought on his girlfriend. I don't know what she is because she looked like she wanna be in a relationship with him, and he looked like he's stringing her along. But let's get into him talking about this relationship and embarrassing her, okay? Look at him. And that's the thing, it is a relationship. What kind? Romantic, business, casual? That's the thing y'all get caught up in. Because yes, a relationship does exist, but what kind of relationship? Okay, what kind? Is this what I'm supposed to say, Ray? Is this what I'm supposed to say? And let me tell I forgot to do a little bit of background in case some people don't know who she is. She's actually on the, bootleg version of Love Island on Zeus called Love Cabin. Okay, yes, they copied the whole thing and ghettoed it down, okay, and made their own version called Love Cabin. She's a contestant on there who is now his little puppy. And it's sad to watch this because I just see this woman has no self-esteem, no self-worth. Her voice tells me, that she's been crying. She always crying, okay? But she wants to be a part of something that I wanna put aside me. I wanna put aside to be attached to Ray, okay? Be attached to Ray. She said, "I ain't got time. She ain't worth my time." Why do these women just like, whatever Ray wants, I'm gonna do whatever Ray wants, whatever he wants to do, Imma still be here. Imma stand beside him, okay? Imma stand damn, somebody in the comments said Ray J is to Brandy what Tamar is to Tony. Ray J is to Brand no, no, we not gonna do that. That's not it, no. But why do we, as women, stand behind men who are not showing up for us, who are not reciprocal of what we're pouring in? We have to have more self-worth, more self-esteem to see ourselves beyond being attached to a brand and a name, okay? The mama ain't messing with these girls. And this is a little bit messy and a little bit disrespectful. He want the, I guess, new girl relationship, but y'all saying y'all want him to go back to princess. That shows the mama don't respect the relationship because she don't wanna, even get to know her. She ain't playing these games, okay? Mama Norwood ain't playing these games, okay? But she's just like, "Oh, just pet me, just see me, just feed me." Why? Where is the self-worth? Where's the self-esteem? Where's the, "I can do better by myself. I don't need this," but it's the fame, it's the codependency, it's the I need to be attached to somebody to have my own self-worth and self-esteem. For the kids, again. They like, "Go." Is this an act? Is this for real? Why? Ho like, y'all let me know. Somebody said, "Ho, is you okay?" They disrespected this woman in her face. They did, but she allowed it. It's not the first time. It's not gonna be the last time. If you're with Ray, you're not you gotta know you're gonna be disrespected. Okay? You gotta know you're gonna be disrespected. Respect is not a word that he comprehends or knows. Okay? He more focused on not disrespecting his niece and not that woman laying up next to him. Okay? I don't know if Ray knows how to respect women at all. Okay? I don't know if he knows how to respect women. Did he talk about also his mental health on the Breakfast Club? I thought he did. Okay. But if you are with Ray, you have to know that this is what comes along with it. Okay. This is what comes along with it. Now, did he talk about let me see. Oh, wow. This is trauma. This is trauma, y'all. This man has been coping through extracurricular activities since the tape was released. Now he wants them to ask the Kardashians these questions, who introduced who to this guy who's over, I think, a pornography company, who introduced that man to him. But he wants the Kardashians to be held more accountable and people to ask them the questions about the tape and to stop asking him. Talking to Dr. Bryant here and there, who's not your established therapist, who is a therapist, I believe, or is she just kind of like a mental wellness like influencer now? I'm not quite sure. Okay. But Ray has been coping terribly. That tape in some ways ruined his life and skyrocketed theirs. You see a black man here who has had so much mental health issues, so many different ways of coping that are dysfunctional paths and ways of coping. Okay. And I remember he did have some issues. What was it, 3 years ago when he was on the roof? And he was thinking about you know, coming up off that roof. But I think that Ray is somebody who has not addressed their mental health, uses these women relationships to cope, to mask, and to run. And I think we have to start talking about the dysfunctional ways that men cope, women cope through spicy time. If I could just be up under somebody, on top of somebody, that distraction will last long enough for me to not have to sit with myself. And then once that distraction is over, I'm just going to add another one. But I also have to blame Sheila too. But then there's a part of me of Ray saw the vulnerability, the no self-worth, no self-esteem, and saw that, oh, this is an opportunity for me. Ugh. Charlotte did say he got a type, and I think that type is insecurity. It's insecurity. We have to start looking at ourselves and be willing to get uncomfortable and do the hard work of, why did I get here? How did I get here? How did I contribute to where I am? Is this the person that's going to take me to the next level in my life? The person I look at in the mirror, pull out your phones, look at them selfies you got in there. Is that the person who's going to take you to the next level in your life? Is it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. All these men, and I'm not saying Todd is a bad man. I'm not. Does he probably have some faults? Does he probably have some things to work on? Yes. Brian McKnight, but that one I am gonna say is a terrible man, an embarrassment, ego driven. Ray is ego driven and an embarrassment. The last two really don't have respect for women, are themselves. If you can't have respect for yourself, how do you have respect for somebody else? You don't. You don't. And people don't realize when you connect with someone intimately, I feel like so does your soul. You're sharing just more than fluids. That orifice, that hole comes with a lot. And for some people, if they don't have their hole filled up, as in through with love, who I am as a person, all my self-worth, the other attachment that comes in place is going to fill that hole with whatever they got going on, whatever trauma they got is going to come right through to that body. Okay. And now the energy that they have within them is being poured into you. Okay. So I want people to look at themselves, their relationships. Why do they stick around with people who don't love them, who are not showing them love? But this era of the post Kevin Samuels ain't going nowhere. Every day somebody releasing a new podcast. We don't need more podcasts. We need more therapy sessions. And stop making the podcast therapy sessions for the people on them mics and the people watching. Get you a real therapist, okay? Okay, y'all. Now I'm Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. And this is our week of relationship hot topics. Okay, make sure I hit that like, y'all subscribe, go do all the do's to support this little channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know you haven't liked the video yet, so we're coming to an end. So make sure you hit that like. Join the membership. It's 99 cents, y'all. Less than $1 to support your girl. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Bye. Have a good Thanksgiving, y'all.